Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Radio Show on John Dew Radio. The show is about conversations that matter, and we invite people from all walks of life to come and share their heart stories. And I'm so excited to introduce another stellar individual on the line with us today. She is the author of Vantage Point, an anthology of poems. Please welcome Sharon Johnson Wright. How are you doing today, Sharon?
I'm fine, thank you, and thank you for having me on your show today.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. And the Wright last name is very personal for me because that is my mother's last name.
Okay.
That's my mother's side of the family. So I guess maybe we'll have a conversation after this interview to find out if there's anything.
Well, we probably, we can. But and then somebody actually changed that name and spelled it Write, as in Wright, because I'm an author. Yeah. So that's
got it.
I might just change it to
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Wonderful.
Yep.
So Sharon, tell us a little bit about your background leading up to what you're doing today.
Okay, so I have worked in the field of administration for over 25 years in various ministries and agencies in Jamaica. And I presently hold a Commonwealth Executive Master's degree in Public Administration. But it was really while pursuing my first degree in marketing with the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean that I actually developed a passion for writing. And that was where my writing skills were honed. But if I should tell you a story, actually, leading up to my writing, there was a class that I had in marketing. Caribbean Literature was the name of the class, and we were asked to actually write poems. And I was one of them who used to complain, why do we have to write poems? Why do we have to write poems? And full circle, here I am now, author of poems, right? Poetry.
Wow.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Yeah, that I was the one who complained about it, and now I am actually writing poems.
Come full circle. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And now you're here at a place where you're inspiring people with your body of work. Tell us, what inspired you to put this anthology of poems together, Vantage Point?
Okay, what happened is that I tried it out once in terms of I was asked to do a vote of thanks at an event, but I didn't do it like the regular vote of thanks. I actually sat and wrote it in patois, actually. And so when I delivered the vote of thanks at the event, and when they heard the vote of thanks and the applause I got, I said, I think there's something there. And then I tried my hand at it again at, it was a retirement ceremony that they were having for a former boss of mine, and there was a tribute that was supposed to have been done for him, and I was supposed to have presented him with a tribute that the office was giving him. And I sat and I decided I was going to write a tribute to him in patois again. And when I delivered the tribute, I got a rounding standing ovation, basically. And so I said, so it looks like I can do a thing or two with this talent that I have. And then what I started doing is that I started writing and submitting it to the Jamaica Gleaner. And then the poems were published in the Gleaner, like on Sundays. And so I said, okay. So what I did, after writing all of those and getting them published and so on, I decided that, okay, I'm going to compile those that I've done and just put them in this book. So really, the name of the book is Vantage Point, and it really reflects my perspective. So it's from my vantage point that I write the book. So it's from what I see happening. That's how I write the book. So that's hence the name, Vantage Point.
Excellent. Now, I'm really interested in hearing about, what are some of the lessons that you want people to learn from this anthology?
All right. First of all, the book is really like a history. So if you're not in Jamaica right now and you read like particular poems that are in the book, you would have gained an understanding of what took place in this year, because in a particular year per se. Because what I've done in terms of the book it is a very unique book because it's written in Patois, but then there is an English translation to the back of the book. So for persons who are not au fait with the Jamaican dialect, they will get a better understanding of what it is that they're reading, because even though persons can speak the language, they cannot necessarily read the language, right? So, so that's it really.
Okay, and for those who are learning what Patois is, can you just describe what it is?
Well, it's really like broken English, and it's a language that we used to use during slavery, right? So that the slave master didn't even know what we were talking about. So if we were going to plan a rebellion, we would speak in our language, which is the broken English, and plan a rebellion around them, because if we speak the English, they would know what we're up to. So we would speak the Patois. So that's like a code for us. So we'd speak the Patois, and so they wouldn't understand what it is that we were really talking about.
Okay. Yeah. So in slavery time in Jamaica, so the Patois was developed, and Patois, I understand, is a combination of different languages like English and maybe Twi, Ghanaian Twi, and mixed together so that it's a code language, so people could interpret what that was.
And what a lot of persons don't know is that you have different parishes that speaks the Patois differently, and it is also spelled differently, right? So like St. Anne would probably spell it a different way, and St. James would spell it a different way. And so my book is really a mixture of like what the different parishes would have spelled this word. So it's not necessarily geared towards like St. Anne would spell it this way. So what I've done is mix the Patois.
Excellent.
Right.
Well, and I thought it was me, but now that you confirm that the different parishes of Jamaica have different Patois, now I get it, because I'm originally from Jamaica, and my family is from St. Elizabeth. So there's a certain Patois there. But when I spent time teaching at Titchfield in Port Antonio, Portland, it was a totally different Patois, and I thought, am I missing something? Yeah, so that's confirmation.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Excellent. Well, Sharon, this is like amazing. I'm really grateful for what you're doing, and so much for those who are lovers of Jamaican culture. This is really something that you want to get your hands on and read. So, Sharon, where can people purchase the book?
Okay, people can purchase the book on Amazon.com. It's available in book form, and it's available also on Amazon Kindle. So they can get it at both Amazon. The book in the book form, if you literally want the book, or if you are somebody who loves Kindle, then you can get it in the Kindle form. Okay, excellent. And how much does the book retail for? Well, the book on Amazon, it's $30 US. Yeah. Okay. 30? Okay. I think. I'm around that range, right? No, that's quite reasonable. Yeah. 30 or less, it probably is 30 or less, because I remember at one point in time I went on, I think they were selling for 50. I think it's 20 US though. Yeah, I think it's $20 US. $20 US, yeah. Okay, great. So around with the exchange, maybe maybe like 40, between 30 and 40 maybe. So that's actually and definitely a keepsake, something that you want to have in your home. And again, for those who love literature and Jamaican culture, this is something that you want to have in your library. Yeah. So Sharon, thank you so much. I'm actually trying to preserve the language, actually. Yeah. Which is wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You were going to say that Patois? No, I'm saying I'm trying to preserve the language Patois. Because if you notice now, I think Harvard is one is now offering that as a course now at Harvard University, right? Fantastic. The Jamaican dialect. Yeah. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I was living in Montreal, there were courses offered at McGill University for Patois. So it really is, and I think the birth of a language has to come from a grammatical structure. So I think it's been determined that Patois does have a structure, like it has a past tense and it has a present tense. Yes, it does. So it's a language, right? Yes, it
Excellent.
is. Yes, because actually I purchased a book by the University of the West Indies in Jamaica, and that's one of the books I use because and also you have a language unit at University of the West Indies, which actually tells you how to write the consonants and how to write the vowels when it comes on to patois. So it does have a structure.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So, Sharon, we know where we can purchase the book. Now, where can we follow you on social media?
Okay, so people can follow me on Facebook, which is Sharon A. Johnson, or on Instagram, which is Johnson Wright Sharon. And if you want me to perform at an event for you, you can get me on email at antoneth.wright@gmail.com.
Excellent, excellent. Sharon, thank you so much. And how about you tell us in patois something inspirational? Maybe you can read us a line from your book.
Okay. There was one I wrote recently. Well, not recently. There's one in my book entitled Better, Not Bitter. Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Better, not bitter. And it starts out by saying that I have been crushed like a rose petal, right? But this one is not written in patois, actually.
Okay.
I've been crushed like a rose petal. My heart has been broken in bits and pieces. I have been verbally and physically abused, threatened and accused. Thank God, not mentally, but I am better, not bitter. I have loved and lost, and I've paid the price and counted the cost. They tried to crush my self-esteem, but my self-esteem is still intact. God's got my back. I'm better, not bitter. So the last part of it says, I'm confident, I am bold, I shall come forth as pure gold. From the crushed rose petal comes a strong woman of metal. I am better, not bitter. So that's one of the poems in the book, which is page 21 in my book.
Now, for those who follow poetry, you're not supposed to clap. You're supposed to give finger clicks. So I'm clicking away here. Very good. I love that. Okay. Finger snaps. Okay. Now, can you tell us something closing in patois? Something inspirational?
All right. Yes, I can, because I actually have. I live by these words, actually. What I feel can be unfeel. You know what that means? Whatever
what is for you
must be right. Cannot be for you. So once you're supposed to get something, you will get it. If you're not supposed to get it, you're not going to get it. So that's that. Yes. So I live by that word. So if something happens and it didn't come through, I said, okay, well, it wasn't for me. So
wasn't meant
what
to
I
be.
feel can be unfeel. Yeah.
There you go. Words to the wise. Sharon, thank you so much for this delightful chat. No, I really appreciate it. Again, very excited about what you've released. A little taste of Jamaica. Preserving the patois language is a wonderful platform. So thank you so much for what you're doing. You've been listening to Sharon Johnson Wright. She is the author of Vantage Point, which is an anthology of poems, and Sharon is passionate about preserving literature through and preserving the patois language through her wonderful collection of muse. So please contact her on social media, and that was on Instagram and Facebook, and also get her book on Amazon, right, and also on Kindle, Vantage Point Anthology of Poems. Sharon, thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to getting a copy of my book. I'm claiming it now when I see you live on the Nikki Clarke Show stage.
Yes, duly signed too.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. All right, you've been listening to Sharon Johnson Wright on the Nikki Clarke Show. You're welcome. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.